You know, it might have taken 20 years, but Reading, Pennsylvania's Eugene Mountz finally has the Pro Street IROC he always wanted. Check it out and more, because a new episode of Fuel AutoMedia TV, powered by Performance Engineering, is coming up. Hey y'all, Toby here with Fuel AutoMedia TV, helping you connect, learn, and grow in the high-performance street machine, pro street, and door slammer drag race world. On this channel we do how-to, tech videos, interviews with industry experts, and commentaries on the automotive aftermarket, and car features just like this. So if you're new here, smash that subscribe button so you can get notified every time we drop new content. Let's get to it. My dad lied to me. It was 1986 and I was 11 years old. Dad had decided he was going to Week Chevrolet in Benton, Illinois to buy a brand spanking new 1986 IROC Camaro. Bright yellow with beige cloth interior, T-tops, tuned port injected small block. It was the coolest car I'd ever laid eyes on. I told all my friends at school we were getting it and they laughed at me. No way, they said, you're lying. But I knew the truth. My dad was headed to get it that day, except he didn't. An 11th hour change of heart meant he opted against the Camaro. So we ended up with a used Cutlass Supreme instead. Ugh. I say it's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. I've been smitten with third gens from the moment I first saw them. If you wanted a rolling representation of the 80s, look no further than the sleek, albeit underpowered lines of the original third generation Camaro. While there are frequent butt of mullet jokes and other poor attempts at humor today, all the cool kids back in my day either had one or we wanted one. It took me 30 years before I finally got one of my own. Unfortunately, my current project car needed the funds, so I had to sell it. But someday I'll have another. I freaking love them. The Mountz family in Reading, PA do too. Son Kyle told me for whatever odd mullet reason, we're all into them. There are 5 total third gens sprinkled throughout the family, with Eugene's dad being the most recently finished and likely the wildest. Eugene bought the car in 1999 for $300. It'd been rotting away in a barn in Maryland, no motor, no trans, but was a great target for the pro street build he had in mind. The car was tubbed in the early 2000s, but life took over and the car sat for a while. However, 2 years ago, the family decided it was time to finally finish the build. The car was taken down to the bare shell and was completely rebuilt top to bottom. As Kyle tells it, the joy of finally being able to have him cruise in his own car has been a dream come true for all of us in the family. The car sports a custom mild steel back half for the narrowed Ford 9-inch. 31 spline Richmond axles with 488 gears help get the big Mickey Thompsons rolling. Meanwhile, Racecraft drop struts up front help get the stance just right over those American Racing torque thrust 2 wheels. 15.4s are mounted up front, while the big 15x15s with 33x21.5 Sportsmans fill the stretched rear openings out back. Street-friendly mild steel cage with swing-out door bars helps stiffen the notoriously flexy T-top body and add some protection. Power for the Chevy comes from a 355 small block built by Steve Ludwig. Dart heads work with an Edelbrock intake and a quick fuel 750 carb. Other goodies include a comp roller cam, molly pistons, and a scat crank. The smooth firewall and the highly detailed engine bay are a work of art. I'll say, as glorious and gorgeous as it is, my humble opinion is that some red and black anodized performance engineering fasteners might add that awesome finishing touch. Maybe I'm biased. Tip of the week, tip of the week, tip of the week, tip of the week, tip, ooh, grab. Tip of the week, details matter. This week's tip is a simple one, but it's worth repeating. Pay attention to detail. Planning where to run your wires and plumbing, minimizing unnecessary hardware, and using clean, cool, coordinated hardware are the difference between a sloppy build and one that's awesome like Mountz's IROC. Plan your work and work your plan. Now back to our feature. That gorgeous paint is a BASF custom mixed color with prep by Kyle Mountz and spray by Jeff Noggle. 3-inch oval exhaust has been slightly recessed into the custom ground effects, and a billet grille and stretch hood round out the body mods with everything treated to that gorgeous body color monochrome look that's just absolutely breathtaking. Inside, the well-finished street interior has leather-wrapped Pro Car seats and a Grant billet steering wheel with autometer gauges. A B&M Mega Shifter keeps that 80s vibe going. I absolutely love this build, and I'm honored to have it as our second ever build featured on the channel here. What's your favorite body style to do up in a full Pro Street fashion? Tell us. Or maybe you've got a cool car that you think is worthy of a feature here. Comment below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so that I can keep bringing you tons of cool street machines, pro streeters, and modern muscle. If you're watching on Facebook, you're already at least a week behind. I post weekly content to YouTube, and I share that same video later on Facebook, so be sure to surf on over to fuelmediachannel.com to see it all. Until next time, this is Toby with Fuel AutoMedia, telling you to never give up on your dreams, automotive or otherwise. Keep going, do better, and build something awesome. Peace.